the way of working is changing in that people are realising that they haven't got the non-productive time of driving huge distances or taking public transport for huge distances to turn up for a relatively short meeting.
In the last 10 years, the biggest technology changes have probably been wireless technology and obviously fast data transmission. And so for me, that's made the biggest impact on how we work and how our work changes.
I think the big question is about why people turn up to an office every day at 9 o'clock and typically go home at 5:30 or sometimes later. When we have the technology to enable remote working and collaboration. So the big question is business really grasping the opportunity?
Whether it's Blackberries or iPhones, the ability to communicate from any location, whether it's a train, whether it's Starbucks, whether it's within the office itself, you're not tied to your desk. There's huge interaction in the coffee areas and breakout areas now, and I think architects are beginning to understand how the way office life is changing, and they are creating these spaces for different forms of interaction. I think that's the biggest change for me.
In terms of the Office of 2030, I don't think many people can be brave enough to predict exactly what technologies will be available. I think it's more how we use the advancing technologies, and for me it's probably about how we plan flexibility, knowing that we can't predict each particular widget that's going to be available.
I think to be the best company now, you have to actually employ the best people, obviously, and to do that, people are more demanding and want more flexibility.
In terms of how an office will physically change, I think technology, or we all know technology changes a lot quicker than the physical workplace environment.
Technology in itself doesn't get implemented. It requires change management. It requires people to learn how to use the systems, to see the value of using the systems, to see the benefits for them.
I think planning technology in a way that allows flexibility and change, even when often our physical work environment can't change, is very important in terms of efficiency and in terms of being dynamic in the business world.
A lot of it's ready for us to use. The problem is I think a lot of people aren't adapting quick enough to it.
To me, the limitation isn't what technology is going to be available in the future, it's how we plan to use it.
Security could be an absolute massive thing for the future of businesses and cloud and virtual environments.
Security is a very big issue and an increasing issue in the way that companies operate, because clearly if all the information is held in one point, and at that point is breached, then there is a major potential security issue for corporations.
I think what we've got to always find the balance of is collaboration, face-to-face contact, and how that delivers some value and delivers outcomes for us, versus an office-bound culture that actually keeps people in an office when it's not the most effective way to work.
I think there's some fantastic technology coming through, and I think it would be a shame not to employ it in a new building. And I think in terms of investment class, I think it would be absolutely must have. So if we're actually occupying a building, we want to realise the most lucrative capital receipt for that investment, then I think the investors will drive and insist that we're actually employing every piece of green ecology technology possible.
For me, the challenge is using technology to prevent inefficient commuting, let's say, but to have enough commuting and enough physical face-to-face contact to actually keep relationships effective in the workplace as well.